Hello, this video we're going to configure a OSPF router's ID. This lab exercise can be found on Wendell's Odom blog. You can search him through Google. This one. After click this, then go to the menu bar and labs. Yeah, configure lab. Or search him. Search the lab here. Ah, configure router OSPF router ID. So so what we're going to what is the objective of this lab is to understand how OSPF router ID is being uh, elected, or how the router choose its OSPF router ID. So there's a three ways on how router choose its OSPF, and it should be it's a hierarchical procedure. The most used is the configured setting, and that is also the recommended by our network engineers. Then if it's not configured, the next one should be the highest interface loopback. Okay, and if loopback address is not uh, configured, it will use the highest interface IP address. Okay, so let's check R1. Before that, we were here the here's the step that we're going to follow. Finish this uh finish this laboratory exercise with R1. So we're going to see the router ID. We're going to verify if it's true. So as you can see, there's no loopback address, and I believe there's also no router ID. We're going to verify if there's no router ID configured. So first, we get to see that 172.16.14.1 is the highest router ID. I mean, highest IP configured in this router one. So if we show IPOSPF, no, yeah, show IPOSPF. Let's say internet 00. This is the 00 interface, which is has an IP address of 172.16.2.1. So show IPOSPF interface. As you can see, the router ID is 172.16.14.1. This is the router ID because has the highest interface. So if we change it, uh, router OSPF what? Uh, the process ID is 1. So to the router OSPF interface. And we're going to change the router ID to 1.1.1. Router ID 1.1.1 question mark. So just enter it, and now the router ID should be changed. So again, let's check. As you can see, the router ID has been changed. So going to configure R2 and create loopback. We're finished with R1. Go with R2. So, well, figure. Let's first check uh if there's a loopback figure. Since there's no loopback interface configured, let's create one. Interface back one with an IP address 2.2.2/24. So if we check, yeah, we have a configured loopback address. Now let's check for the OSPF router ID. So we're going to use G00 to show the OSPF interface. Okay. The router ID hasn't been changed. It's 172.16.12.2, which is the highest configured. So in order to reset this process, going to uh, it's the concept is like shutting down and shut and it's like restarting an OSPF in the interface. So yeah, let's do this. Let's do that. No router one. If we show IP, as you see, OSPF has been shut down or it's not enabled on gigabit Ethernet 00. But if we change it, I mean, if we configure it on the interface now, IP OSPF 1 area 0. Now, we configured OSPF 1 again on the G interface, gigabit Ethernet interface. Now, if we show, now the router ID has been configured. So, yeah. Now, let's go with R3. Before that, let's document our steps. So in R1, we did was enable conft and router ID config. Ah, There's something interesting going on. As you can see, we negate the router OSPF process 1, but we never configured it back again. We didn't use the router OSPF 1 command. Maybe because router OSPF 1 command is already in use, or uh, only gigabit ethernet 00 has the router OSPF 1 configured. There's no router OSPF 1 on other interface. Maybe that's how it works. But there's something I'm certain of. Never use this command again. I mean, we use this command and we never use this. But anyway, that's the router ID has changed. So I guess our objective has been complete. I mean, we uh, get our goal. We hit our target. We changed the router ID. Before, the router ID is 172, but after we use this command, no router OSPF1, and then configure it on the interface, the router ID has been changed into 2.2. Uh, the reason why I am documenting the configuration in the, because later on we can verify our answer here before we do configuration. Let's R3 under. Let's go with R3. R3. So yeah, the G00 with 193.3.3. That IP if show IP interface. Ah, Gigabit Ethernet 00 is unassigned. 01 is assigned. But yeah, G00 we the lab exercise didn't say that we're going to add an end device to G00. I guess we're just going to configure it. But the protocol is administrative down down. Don't know if yeah, let's figure it. All right, or should we uh change it to a pop before let's try to show if the OSPF is changed. How about G00? I not enabled about G000. 172, that's the 30. The one highest, yes, IP address. So the router IDs. Let's try again. If we can change it, no router F1. Go with interface GC. So, it's not enabled now. Let's check E000 and IP OSPF 1 router area 0. Now it's loading. Full. Done. So let's check. So the OSPF interface. So still router ID is 192.16.30 because the interface is shut down. Let's try to manually shut me on the interface 00. No shutdown. It states to up. Let's still try again the no shut. I mean no router. F1. So now it's not enabled. Let's go enable it. IPOSPF interface. Okay. Then check for the router ID to show IPO interface. Now it's changed. As I said earlier, uh, since the since the protocol is administrative matter, the router don't see the IP address, but now it's up, so it's changed now. So let's try and turn it off. Try and shut down to show IP. So yeah, G00. So let's try and shut down. Okay. Uh so for correction, I said it's down down, but it's up down. Status should be up, but the protocol is down because there's no one to it. Now let's shut it down. Let's check if the OSPF router ID is changed. So OSPF to show IP OSPF interface. So not updating. How about we shut down again router OSPF one? Then interface is OSPF router OSPF area one. Now let's check. So yeah, the router ID. Yeah, that's it. Should be manually up. Let's try again. Let's try something interface 00 and no shutdown. It's up. So the gigabit should be still 172 uh, to show IPOSPF. Still G. But what if we never use the no router SPF1? What if we just go to the G00 interface, then IPOSPF 1 area? We change something? Did it change? I think the no router is a necessity to start the OSPF. So yeah, it's it is to negate the router SPF. What if router SPF 1? Yeah. And Ana. Let's go back to POS. To show IP. The no route. Need the no router F1. Think what this does is just restart the OSPF process. But what if we uh clear IP OSPF before that? Try and enable and change interface. Shut down interface. So yeah, interface. So it is administratively down, but still the router ID is 192.3. So it did not update. How about we try and use the clear ISP IPOSPF process? Yes. So yeah, how about show IPOSPF interface G0? Still the router 192.1. I think it's needed to use the no router or OSPF in order to update the router ID. IP OSPF interface. So now the router ID is a lot of things we understand in this configuration. IP R3 R shutdown. R3 exit. After that, uh, no router interface. So comes what we did for this R3. R4, configure and configure the RDH. This initial as a default setting going to figure anything, going to predict. So do that. Let's go and show IPO. So the router ID should be 172. Uh, the router ID should be this one, right? OSPF IP interface G00. The router ID is 14. Same goes for G00, because that's the router ID. Doesn't matter what interface. Router ID should be only one for each router. Yeah. So that's the address. So let's verify our answer. Config. So yeah, router ID 1.1. Did we do? Oh yeah, router IP. Yep. Back. R2. Yeah. No shutdown. Didn't use the no shutdown. Use the no router. Same goes for R3. You can say 172. We didn't use the no shutdown. Go back to R2. We use the no shutdown of the back one. We never use the no shutdown command. So let's try and create one. So interface loopback to IP address 3.3.3. So uh, 3.3.3 is higher than 2.2.2. So router ID should be changed to 3.3.3. Try and add the no shutdown command. So now go and exit. Let's show interfaces. So loopback 2 is 3.3. Now let's see for the router ID. Going to change. So the router ID did not change. So I think the no router OSPF 1 is needed in order to change or update the how about we show interface G00, uh IP OSPF 1, show IP interface OSPF. You can see the router IDs. How about what if instead instead of interfacing G00, IP OSPF 1 area on G00, let's try to uh, up it on the loopback address interface loopback. Go with 4 or 5, then IP address 5.5.5 POSPF 1 area C I to show IPOSPF interface D000. You can see still uh the router ID is 3.3. How about we try to look back 5. So still the router ID is 3.3.3. How about we uh use the no router OSPF 1. Then we check for the OSPF on interface of loopback 5 to show IP OSPF. So it's not enabled, no? But when we use the no router OSPF and process ID, all the OSPF of process 1 has been disabled or not enabled on any interface. You see, uh, to show G interface still not enabled. I don't know if this is how it works on the real Cisco device or not. Uh, but one thing is for certain, Cisco Packet Tracer doesn't work that way. So we need to enable it. Just need to apply it to any configuration. Let's go. IP interface. Try to look back 5. IP OSPF router OSPF 1 area 0. Oh, I think it should be enabled. Okay, it's not enabled. How about in the loopback? Uh, to show IP OSPF back 5. Yeah, it is configured, but it's not building an adjacency network because it's configured on a loopback. A loopback is just for the router itself. So you need to configure it on an Ethernet interface that has an adjacency. So let's go with interface G0 and POSPF interface IPOSPF. So I think work. So yeah, router ID updated to. So I think we configured enough, learn enough about router ID. So